printing. So today we're going to take a look at Superman number 75, dealing with the death of the Superman. And guys, this is a pretty iconic issue, and there are a lot of variants of this book. It's like first, second, there's up to fourth printings with each having its own direct edition and a newsstand edition. There's also some special 30th edition, a platinum edition, and so on. This is pretty much like the Spider-Man one from 1990 that has so many abundantly printed comics of this book, but it is at the same time iconic because it's an important event in the storyline of these characters. And it must have been a really weird time for DC fans in the year of 1991, 1992, because in 1992 you had the death of Superman, and then in 1993 you had Batman being brutally defeated. Seeing your big all-time favorite heroes being decimated so would have been pretty intense for fans. Guys, this is the second printing direct edition, and I'm just glad to have this issue. I mean, if I find the first print someday, I may just pick it up, but I'm not all that particular about it. But this is a pretty cool and iconic cover. You see Superman's cape that's flying like a flag, but it's all tattered from his battle with Doomsday. And it's interesting to see that this and even the breaking of the bat, they both have their cinematic adaptations as well. You have the Dark Knight Rises that shows Batman getting his back broken. Then you have, there's actually two versions. There's one where Superman gets killed by Doomsday in the Batman vs Superman movie, and there's also the Superman and Lois TV series where he gets killed by Doomsday. Of course, there's the animated movie version as well. Before we get any further into the video, be sure to hit the like button and share this with your friends. You can subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more such videos. I would deeply appreciate the support, guys. I've got the comic out of the bag and the board, guys. As you can see, this is the final flip cover, and I'll show you later as I flip through the pages. And it's in decently good condition, maybe a 6 or a 7. I seriously don't know how comics are graded, but it's got a few spine ticks, but overall not a bad condition. Nothing's bent anywhere. And I got this from Epic King Comic, guys. I'll put their link in the description below, and you can check their site out. The issue starts right off with Superman battling Doomsday in Metropolis, with his costume being all tattered and torn, and he's having a very hard time because Doomsday is clearly quite strong and giving Superman a very, very tough time. And I remember seeing this. Actually, I first saw this at Batman vs Superman when he was fighting Doomsday, and I later saw the animated movie, which I liked a lot more because it was pretty accurate. And you see here that he shares one of his final moments with Lois Lane right before he gets into battle to stop Doomsday. And I think this is one of those few times where Superman could really utilize his full strength without having to hold back, because even that was not doing much. And also, just before this, even the entire Justice League tried to stop him, but they were no match. I mean, when Superman's no match, the rest of the Justice League it's pretty hopeless in that case. Superman breaks in from the bottom and tries using his laser beams against Doomsday. Yeah, but Doomsday has all these sharp bone extensions that is actually cutting Superman's skin. And you can see Superman is totally bleeding, losing every ounce of his strength as the second of the battle passes. And each time they just smash through each other, the shockwaves are so strong that all the glass and buildings around them start shattering. Kind of like how we saw in the Age of Ultron with Hulk and Hulkbuster fighting each other. And this just becomes an all-out brawl with each just striking hits against each other. Kind of like how we saw in the Animal final fight scene. They're just trading blows until they finally give one mega shot to each other. This is we see his parents, we see his friends and allies, and Superman, who is holding Superman over here. And this is the flip page, as you can see over here. Superman finally defeated and dead. So that was the video, guys. That was just a quick flip through to this issue, and this issue just mainly shows the final climatic battle between him and Doomsday, where Superman successfully does stop Doomsday, but at the cost of his own life. And And I remember seeing the video of the reaction of the general audience in comic book stores when this comic came out, because it had been nearly 50 years or so since Superman had first debuted, and at that time Superman sales were not doing that well because Superman was thought to be that of a boy scout. He's far too perfect in his morale and his convictions, too strong and almost unrelatable. So the writers decided to do something dramatic to get readers invested in the story of Superman, and we got this issue. And it's kind of understandable why Superman and Captain America comics don't sell all that much, because yes, they are too perfect in the way they deal or do things, and that doesn't seem relatable as opposed to characters like Batman or Spider-Man who have an ounce of relatability. But nonetheless, this is a cool issue, guys, and we've got some amazing writers doing amazing work with characters like Superman with the Absolute series, which I would definitely recommend you check out, because the Absolute Superman series is one of the best written Superman series. Let me know your thoughts about this book in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.